Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazable coming at you with some new music to talk about. What? Yeah, we're talking about this newest album from the band Dethklok, Dethklok 4. Now, I feel like I don't need to introduce this band or anything because they're the world's greatest band and they have been the biggest cultural force in all of modern music and have just been God's gift to the world in terms of amazing music, great blast beats, great riffs, super deep bass, great vocals, everything. They are the bee's knees, the best of the best, doing it everything they do. Everything they touch is turned to gold and everything. It's an amazing band and everything. I don't think I need to give any further explanation. Let's get into this review. Pummeling drums here, really mean guitars. Vocals are kind of hard to hear on this track. The riffs and the guitar solo sound really good. The lyrics are really hilarious, talking about a gardener who's killing everyone and stuff. And then there's like a lawnmower sound effect that's chopping people up. That's adds a nice touch to the song. Out of all their opening songs they've had for their albums and stuff, I would say this is like one of their weakest ones. But overall, it's still pretty good. Simple guitars here. The vocals got a really good flow to them, but they're kind of buried in the mix and everything. The drums, they're layered really well, I think. And then the part where he's saying bleed is heard very well. But I feel like the song goes on for a bit too long. But right before it gets a little too tiresome, they bring in the drums with some like nice playing and everything, give it a nice bounce and everything. Especially when he's using like the cymbals and stuff, add some nice variety, but the cymbals are kind of hard to hear. The lyrics are less tongue-in-cheek here and more metal, surprisingly. And towards the end of the song, there's like a haunting like sirens vocals in the background that add a nice touch to the song. So I want to play a clip of erotic desperation. Ooh. The drums sound really good here. Bass is really felt on this track and it sounds good. Overall, the song feels more serious than anything. The song structure is really simple and nothing creative, it feels like. And they have some like haunting backing vocals that add a nice touch to the song. The drums are very thunderous, but overall, it's just like a okay song. More of a thrashy song here with the guitar tuning and the bass tuning, I think. The drums are really snappy. Again, the vocals are really low in the mix. And the lyrics are really funny here because they talk about like sorry about your door, fix it motherfucker, and then like talking about we devalued your zip code and everything. The lyrics are really good on this song. And then there's like a sick like dueling guitar solo or battling guitars in the back end of the song that sounds pretty cool. Overall, it's a pretty funny song. This sounds like a really epic Dethklok song because they got really big, bold drums, large and heavy riffing guitars. Vocals seems really layered well here. You can hear them really nicely. And like some really high soaring guitar playing that reminds you of like old school Dethklok songs, especially the song Skyhammer. The opening reminds me of that song way back called Skyhammer. So I want to play a clip of Bloodbath for you. This might be the best song on the album, I think. Interesting guitar tuning here, and the playing here is really good. Has like a faster, more like galloping sound to it and everything. Very good performance from the guitars. The drums are fast and in the pocket. Bass gives a lot of texture to the song. When they take it a lot slower, the song sounds really good. And I love the guitar playing towards the back end of this song. Guitars have a really like low and heavy tune to them and everything. The bass has a really good deep sound to it, and there's some like synths in the background to give the song like a big grand feel and everything. But as the song progresses, the guitars seem a bit sloppy and lazy, especially at the solo. The cymbal splashes at the end are really nice with the drums, but overall, it's just an okay song. I wasn't expecting to hear acoustic guitars with Dethklok, but we got them with this track. Kind of interesting. Big chorus with some huge drums, high-pitched guitar solo that's neither good or bad. It just kind of feels like it's just here. The epicness at the end with the Prince of Death is kind of dope, but I feel like the song just goes nowhere really. So I'm gonna play a clip of Deadface for you. It feels like they were trying to pad out the time for this song. The guitars here remind me of their older song Mermaider in terms of like their tuning and playing. There's some ups and downs when it comes to the guitars that make them sound really cool. The cymbal crashes from the drums and everything are really nice, but nothing about the song is too memorable, I think, and it just kind of comes and goes. The guitar riffs are really like solid here, and at the beginning of the song, they have some cool like guitar scaling. That's nice. The double kicks are really good from the drums. And then there's like a choir in the background that gives the song like a big epic feel to it. And as I was listening to the song, it feels like it wasn't really the most creative song. It just kind of felt okay. But I guess I could also say like the choir added some creativity to the song. So overall, it's a mixed song. I feel like not too bad, not too good. Just eh. The start of the song was really good because it had some really crunchy guitars, and I was like, oh cool, we're going back to like old school, like Mermaider, their first record, their first song, everything, and it's gonna be really cool. And the bass is sounding really good. The drums were really powerful, and everything was sounding really good. But as the song progressed, the guitars, especially with their transitions, got really, really messy. It kind of sounded like he forgot how to play the guitar or something, and everything just starts to really fall apart towards the back end of the song. Like the guitar strings and everything sound really weird. The structure just falls apart, and I feel like it should have been a better send off for the album and overall Dethklok and everything. It really tanked this song for me. The back end of the song. Okay, jokes aside and everything, Dethklok is a band that is made by a guy named Brendon Smalls who created a TV show called Metalocalypse, and this is like a cool way of him like making a TV show and then making music at the same time. If you didn't know about this band, so it's a fictional band and everything. So my earlier comments, I was just joking and everything, but this is my serious thoughts on this album, and I definitely think that this album kind of hurt the Dethklok legacy because a lot of these songs feel more like B-sides or songs that got left on the cutting floor because it doesn't sound like a really good final album for this band and everything. The previous album, Dethklok 3, had a really good grand epicness to it. Every song was memorable. Every song felt very huge and like bold and had a great song structure to it and was just really memorable. While here, everything just seems really like lackluster, last minute, not really put together. The songs felt really hollow or just kind of just subpar and just okay. None of the songs really grip you and like, whoa, this is Dethklok. Minus like the one song Bloodbath. Everything else is kind of like just okay, or something about it is wrong. Like most of it's good, but then there's like one thing that's like a problem with it. I would say like the first half of the album is really good. The drums are bold. The the riffs are tight. The bass is deep and everything. It has some good humor and everything in terms of like the lyrics, but the vocals are really hard to hear. So that was like the one thing that was like not the best at the first end of the first half of the album. The second half of the album, you could hear the vocals more and everything, but the guitars, the drums, bass, everything just sounded really hollow and like bland and creatively like uninspiring. So like it's really like a mix of like good and bad here, and I just feel like if this is the last album from Dethklok, I think it kind of brings down the catalog a little bit and everything because this was just not the most impressive work, I think. So with that being said, I would say this album from Dethklok, Dethklok 4, is a solid, yeah, solid-ish 7 out of 10. Yeah. Links down below. Tell me what you thought about this album. Tell me what you think about this review. Check out this video over here. I'm Matt from Diazbo. I will see you later.
When you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures